Hi guys, something a little bit different for this video. Decided that over the Christmas and New Year period that I would try and stock up on some art supplies that I either use a lot of or they were on offer, so I thought I'd try them for the first time. Yeah, and one of the Christmas presents I got was a microphone, so I can actually do some semi-decent audios once I stop rambling and get used to how a microphone works. So please bear with me if I say a lot of ums and yes and maybes. This is very, very new for me. So something that I want to do for this year is get into a habit of doodling every single day. So I decided that rather than use up lots and lots of little sketchbooks, that I would get a big one. And the one that I picked up was from Hobbycraft, which is in the UK, it's pretty much in every city. And this is a very big chunky book. It's got 62 pages, so but back to back, obviously 134. So I figured that if I can get 6 small doodles on each page, it should last me for the whole year. And that's what I'm going to try and get myself to do anyway. So it's an A4 size. It's pretty decent paper. I don't know how well it's going to do with markers or anything, but I'm mostly going to be doing pencil sketches in it anyway. I probably won't ink very much in this. It'll be very rough, probably have some very bad drawings in it. But what I do like about it, even though it's hardback, it's not spiral bound, it does have stitching. So it means that I can break the spine a bit easier and lay the book flatter, which makes it easier for when I'm working. But I can also hold it in my lap or on a desk, anything like that. I had a book very, very similar to this, which I have filled, and I might do a sketchbook tour with it at some point. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. Let's give it a go. The next thing I picked up from Hobbycraft again. Actually, most of my stuff probably comes from Hobbycraft because that's where I buy a lot of supplies. I've got a small A5 mixed media pad by Dale. I really, really liked this paper. I had the big A4 one a couple of years ago and I got through it really quickly. I was doing a lot of pencil work and some tattoo designs. It's about £169 or 250 GSM, so it takes a lot of different media. I've specifically got this more for practicing watercolours because I really am not very good at watercolours. But I didn't want to scare myself with a big book or expensive papers, so I thought this is quite good, and if I do want to use pencils and markers, yeah, it's good for everything. I did, however, pick up this bigger A4 Faber-Castell mixed media pad purely because it was half price. I've never used this one before, so I'd like to see how it compares to the Dale Rowney. And if I do want to do any bigger pieces in mixed media, I've got this to practice on, and I'm not going to worry about ruining the pages because it's a lot cheaper than it usually is. 30 sheets, 250 GSM again, so again it's quite nice thick paper, spiral bound. I'll probably end up ripping a lot of them out to put in other folders, to be honest. So the next bunch, I really have a thing for smaller A5 sketchbooks after this last year. I got not 1 pack, not 2 packs, I bought 3 packs of 3 sketchbooks, purely because they were on a 3 for 2 offer. They're only like £3 for a pack, so for £6 I got 9 small sketchbooks. I'm anticipating these will probably last me longer than the year. I don't fill up sketchbooks very quickly, but I find that these are quite nice and useful for sort of video prep, or if I just want to get a quick idea down for something that really doesn't matter. I also picked up a pack of 3 from Cassart when I was down in Brighton, just to see how they compare. They're a little bit, well, they're like 5p cheaper, so yeah, this is to stop me from buying unnecessarily throughout the year, trying to stock up now, it means that I shouldn't be tempted to walk into an art store, but let's be honest, I probably will because I love art supplies. Pens. So these are my go-to pens. I've been using these for 10, maybe 12 years now. The only reason I started using them was because back when I was in my teen years, back in college, we only had one art store in our town, and this is the pen that they had. Subsequently, I really love them. They're supposed to be waterproof, fade-proof, and they work really well with Copics, Winsor Newton, any sort of alcohol marker. They work well with watercolours, they work well with my pencils. They go onto lots of different types of paper, cardstock, things like that. And they come in a variety of different sizes, so it means that I can actually get some variation in my line weight. I highly recommend these, especially, if you're a beginner, because you can pick them. You don't have to pick them up in packs. You can pick them up singly as well. But these were half price for the pack, so I've stocked up now before my pens start running out. So yeah, I'm very happy with that one. And this one is a little bit random. It's not something I usually pick up. I don't typically do crafts, but these were on offer in the Hobbycraft Christmas sale, and I thought, why not? They're ceramic, they look pretty tough, it's not going to hurt to have some decorations for the Christmas tree next year, so at some point I'll probably have a play around with them. I'm not sure what's doing yet, but that'll be a little bit of fun, nothing else. So the next thing I picked up were these Derwent blender pens, which are specifically made for coloured pencils. Now, I didn't know these existed. I just came across them on the website when I was having a mooch over Christmas and thought, okay, this is something different. I don't do a lot of pencil work typically, but when I do, I tend to use Faber-Castell pencils, and I blend them out with some low odour thinner, which I'll have to find for you. But these come in a little 2mm nib and a 4mm nib, so I thought, these would be something different to try, see how they compare to what I usually do, and see how they react to different types of pencil as well, whether they're oil-based, wax-based, water-based, that sort of thing. Yeah, a little bit of a fun experiment when I get round to it. This is it. It's the Dale Rowney low odour thinner. I typically use that with a paintbrush where possible. It takes a bit of a while to dry, and your drawing sort of looks a little bit weird for a while, but it works for what I use it for so far. So to go along with these, I picked up some of these Prismacolors on Amazon purely because they were half price, and I hadn't tried them before, so I think I picked these up a little while ago, but I haven't really used them. I've only done one picture with them. Definitely a lot more practice. They work similar to the Faber-Castells, but a bit differently with the blending, so that's a whole other ball. So typically when I'm testing out a new product, I will draw a green dragon eye. Greens are, one, my favourite colour, two, the easiest thing that I personally find to shade and blend. It's just an automatic go-to for me. So at some point, I'll try them out. I'll test them with the blending pens. I'll test them more with the low odour thinner, probably on some different types of paper. Back to CassArt, I also picked up a small pack of Bristol paper, which is 190 GSM. I don't usually use this one, but it's a slightly cheaper version of what I usually use. I think I usually use the Dale Bristol board airbrush version. which is slightly thicker at 250 GSM. But for this, it was more for practicing on markers, learning how to blend with certain colour groups a bit better. And it really holds up very well. It takes the fine liners really nicely, so the ink work is clean. The pens look clean, there's very little bleed out. It does bleed through a little bit, but because it's so nice and white, it really shows off the colours. Very happy with that. I believe I also picked up some small little watercolour postcards. I really need to start practicing some more watercolours, and these just seem like a good way to try because it's small, it's nothing to be scared of. They're 300 GSM, so they're quite thick and should hold up quite well. I haven't used any of them yet. I'm thinking I might try and do like a small little series of something on them. But yeah, something else to try. Little pocket moleskin sketchbook. This is just to keep in my handbag so that when I go to work, if I get a little bit bored on my lunch break, I can just pop this out, do a little doodle. I had one, it's like a miniature bullet journal last year, which didn't really work out very well. It was far too small for me. So I got a new one because I kind of ruined the old one and decided specifically this one is just for quick lunchtime sketches, purely just for boredom breaking purposes. And yeah, I am actually recording this after filming, so you can see my hands talking. And this came by eBay, and it's to help me with my mandala pictures so that I don't have to use a compass and sort of leave a hole in the page whenever I'm spinning it around. I hate having the little dent or hole left in the page, if you will. It sort of winds me up a little bit. So I thought this might be a better way to try and get some circles without damaging the paper. And last but not least, I saw these in our local B&M store and it brought out my inner child who doesn't like glitter glue at the end of the day. Again, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be using these for, but they looked fun. I really particularly like a couple of the colours. I really like the green and the blue and the purple and the blue. Yeah, they're just for the inner child. Who knows? I'll let you know what I end up using them for. So yeah, sorry if this is a bit rambly, guys, and thank you for listening and watching this video. If there's anything specific you'd like me to use or like to see me use, let me know in the comments down below and I'll try and put it in a video for you. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon, hopefully with a better audio. Bye!